this Mutants and Masterminds game.
Indeed.
And has flirted with my character already. Because apparently Bot likes to make some of his NPCs flirt with my characters.
Well, of course. It's always better when the characters have relations that they can be attached to.
Oh,
Just so you can crush them later.
backstory.
Yeah. So, like I said, just because, Saris, you're entering into my Mutants and Masterminds game as a male character, that doesn't save you.
It really does not.
Oh my god.
There will be many booby jokes.
There will always be booby jokes, specifically because you chose to be Saris.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. It is to this day.
Oh no, don't be sorry. We love it.
Don't be sorry. You have created hours of entertainment.
Yeah, I've been entertained too. I really have. It's like the best mistake I've ever done.
Alrighty, so when last we met, you guys were kind of getting ready for stuff, so to speak. And go ahead and get my thing working here because it's not working.
You fail, Bot.
The Decepticons have arrived.
Pretty much.
Either that or it's Gremlin.
I'm more of a freelance Cybertronian.
So as you guys eventually wake up, Jared, Julius, you were like putting a lot of your effort into the previous day, and so
yes.
you and Saris wake up around nightfall when it's kind of raining outside, and you can hear the drips kind of coming over the hut.
Okay, I immediately go outside and essentially take a shower.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to at this point. It's actually coming down like a monsoon.
Ooh, even better. It's warm.
Yes, very warm. I mean, you guys are in Africa after all.
Oh,
well, I'm not blessing these rains.
Play the song.
Bless the
Please
rains.
Don't.
I was already playing the song earlier today when the first group did it. And you've noticed something as the rains are coming down, since you two were the only ones really sleeping at that point. You saw Beth, the other vampire, jump out of a portal with a guy in a suit and dragged him into the main hut. And you heard some commotion from the werewolves and whatnot. And yeah, you're not entirely sure what went down there, but she just like came out of a correspondence portal and had this guy. He looked kind of like he was that one Marcone guy who had hired you guys that one time.
I think this was before I joined.
Can you remind me who Marcone is?
They were the main gang family in Gotham.
I don't think that was...
No. The main family in Gotham is the Falcones. Not the Marcones. The Marcones are their rival gang.
Oh, snap, he didn't. You misquoted the mob bosses. Going down.
Oh, well.
He's the DM.
Maybe they should, like, pronounce their names clear. No.
They're fucking Italians, dude. What do you expect? They all sound similar. And I can say that with legitimacy. I am Italian.
What's really crazy is there's a Marcone and a Malcone family. Just think of how crazy that gets.
Not only that, but because it's Falcone, Malcone, and Marcones, that's where it really gets fucked up.
So, yeah. You notice that your golems are still standing out there, Jared. They're just not really doing anything.
They're waiting for orders at this point.
Yep. You also noticed a few of the werewolves kind of went off and did some spiritual stuff, and you felt the intensity of the area change a bit. And then, of course, a lot of your other supernaturals have done stuff. But other than that, other than Beth coming through the portal, that's when stuff started getting a little weird.
Okay.
The mages have been
Well,
sending a few of you guys back because you can technically moonwalk back with or moongate with the werewolf power, or you can use correspondence gates that the mages have. But there's been a few people going back doing some reconnaissance in Gotham. Beth was one of those, and she came back with apparently one of the higher ups. He did not look like he came willingly either.
well, after I'm done with my quote-unquote shower, I'm going to go to the main hut and check some things out. Give the mental order to the golems to stay vigilant.
Yeah, Sarah, as you come out of your hut, you see a handful of very large, what look like rock golems, just standing out in the middle of the rain, just not moving.
Okay. Neat. Do I see Julius going into the hut, or?
Yes, you do.
He has pants on, but he is shirtless.
Thank you for making a note of that.
He was taking a shower.
Yeah.
He was taking a shower, and he didn't want it to be the assumption that it was in the nude.
Okay.
I mean, unless you want to see it, Dangle, because he's totally for that too.
No thanks, Dad.
The all-powerful Ceres Victoria, shadow monster of the ages, scared of seeing the male body. No, I'm just kidding.
He's not scared. It's just he's the one who brought it up first.
So yeah.
It's always best that I do.
So you see him walk into the hut.
All right. I don't really take a shower. I just like walk calmly through it as I head to the main hut. Figuring, okay.
You head into the main hut and you can see a couple werewolves in full war form, kind of just lounging around, and you also see that.
Being prepared.
Yep, you see a man tied to a chair. This looks to be one of the Marcones.
Someone's been busy.
Beth kind of looks at you as she goes back to this little table she was working at and talking with Ash, the other one of the head werewolves, and she looks over. Both her and Ash look over, and they both give you a little wave. And Ash has this weird has this weird ball of fire in it, and both her and Beth are like talking to it. And then Beth looks and she presents. She's like, "May I present the one who put out the hit on us, or one of them anyway, Mr. Travis Marcone."
Interesting. Is he conscious?
Yeah, he's conscious.
Is he staying? Is he keeping his mouth shut?
Yeah, he's just like he doesn't have any bruises or blood or anything on him, but he looks like he has clearly been interrogated, although he doesn't have a scratch on him. Although he's still kind of like going crazy because the wolves in war form, but he is a ghoul, so he's got some sort of tolerance to it.
Asking the others, so what did he give us so far?
Well, he gave us some names. He also gave us a reason as to why we're being hunted. And we did get some floor plans as to some major layers of some very head-up vampires. Now we've got them mapped out, at least some of them.
Okay.
We did also receive some unfortunate news. is that if we go through with this, we're probably going to have to fight Crane and Godbrand.
Had to be gone. Well, we were hunting him anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty then. First things first. What names did he give us?
He gave Godbrand, Crane, the Prince of Gotham City, and a few other higher up vampires.
Shit. Alrighty. Is there anything else we need him for?
Beth kind of just looks at you like, nope.
Cool.
We've gotten all out of him that we will.
Then you don't mind if I bleed him out?
She just shrugs.
Whoa. It's like kind of like steps in, like, no offense, but how certain are we that the information is 100% correct? I mean,
Can I read his mind? I do have max mind reading.
Go for it. Rainy's already plugged him to death. Go ahead. He's not even going to resist.
Alrighty.
Not only that,
So
when
just go ahead.
when you've got mages and changelings interrogating you, you kind of break. It's just the way things go.
Yeah, I just want to make sure all the information is correct to his knowledge.
yeah, I mean, you just need
Go ahead and
3
roll.
people that are very powerful from this guy.
Go ahead and roll int plus your.
Including the leader of Gother.
Yeah, go ahead and roll int plus your mind read.
Mind reading?
Dude, I heard that.
Yeah, microphone went all crazy.
No, your stomach.
That wasn't my stomach. That was her microphone going nuts. Yeah, that was her microphone going nuts. Believe me, I know if it was my stomach.
Holy shit. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So you just like plow through his mind without even a challenge. And you're not entirely used to it, but you're able to see a lot of it go through. And yeah, all the information appears to be legit. You even see it for yourself. He cannot fight you.
Well, from what's left of his mind, yes, everything that we know is true. So,
Excellent.
since he has put out a hit on us, I think it's only fair that we use everything we can of him.
A couple of the vampires kind of look up at you.
And in response, I use my biokinesis to start taking the blood through his skin out of his body.
Okay.
Sarah's just kind of watching this, like, okay, but no one turns cannibal. I don't need you to find out the Wendigo legends are true. Thank you very much.
Did you just say no one go cannibal?
Yes.
You're in a room with vampires and werewolves, and you're like, no one go cannibal. That's freaking hilarious.
And this is from the Spooky Hunter of all people.
Question is, have you hunted a leprechaun?
Have I hunted a what?
A leprechaun?
No, they're kind of hard to find.
You shoot it with your gun? Will Lucky Charms spill everywhere?
Oh god, I knew it. No, but I did throw a bayonet at one. Or at least something that claimed to be one.
Right. So let's see how much.
Tricksters are everywhere.
Let's see how much vitae this guy has. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because he's a ghoul. So, congratulations. You've now given 8 vitae to spread amongst the vampires there.
Who said I was spreading it amongst them?
Where are you putting it?
Ooh.
I'm keeping it kind of in a ball of blood floating above my hand. Slowly kind of separating the different components to get the iron out.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay. That's actually good, because all the vampires need is the vitae anyway. Which, if you... Let's see. Do you have spiritual essence?
I'm maximizing the use.
So, with all due respect, the vampires and werewolves wish to extract the vitae from it. If you're just looking for the iron.
Oh, yeah.
Spend a willpower and roll me an intelligence plus occult to see how successfully you can do this.
And since this is magic, I am specialized. Two hits.
So it takes a bit, but you're able to extract the iron. You get about maybe
Alrighty.
a pound of it or so.
I could make it jerk. That wouldn't be bad. Or a couple of throwing knives.
Seamstress,
I'll
do you
go
wish
with a couple
to
of throwing knives.
do you wish to take over one of your 4 or 5 characters?
Not today. I'm in a completely narration mood.
Then you die. No.
Oh no.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, I will not kill you. I will merely turn you all into monkeys. No.
I mean, that's going to be kind of hard with the seamstress.
That's right, she's already a spider.
Yeah.
Saris, you hear
The beldam.
a little voice in your head as the rain calms down. You wanted to talk?
Sorry, one more time?
You wanted to talk, Saris Victoria?
Yeah. Yeah, I did. I look at Julius and I was like, you guys need me for anything?
To my knowledge.
Everyone just kind of shrugs, doesn't say much.
Alright, I'm gonna go take a walk.
Alright.
In the rain.
Well, it's no longer raining anymore.
Oh, goody.
You actually go back out to the main square where there's been a fire started, but there's no one around. It's just crackling in the center of the little village that is here.
Now, is it just a fire on its own, or is it in the fire pit?
It's in the fire pit.
Because I really don't want another burning bush situation.
It was perfectly legit. No one died.
All I'm saying is, I don't want another changeling to be calling himself God and fooling a bunch of mere mortals.
What? Changelings don't do that.
Bullshit, they don't.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Fuck changelings. Freaking psychotic things. Oh, hi, Seamstress. I didn't see you there.
Some of them are good, but there are ones that just want all the power that mere mortals can give them.
Same thing with humans.
Yes.
True.
That's why I always love when a vampire game is going on and the whole roleplay is centered around, oh no, I'm such a monster. And I'm like, what are you talking about? The only thing being a vampire did to you was give you an anger button. That's
well,
it.
and new dietary requirements.
Dietary
that
requirements,
makes
yeah.
you have to like eat people.
And in some cases, a change in
Yeah.
sleep schedule.
Mm.
Let's make a candlestick out of paper.
Oops.
So I
It really
tend to
does
play
ruin
the
your life.
nightlife characters.
Mm.
I must feed on my companions. What are you talking about? You did that as a human. What do you mean? Have you ever met a movie producer?
Mm.
No. Have you ever met a lawyer?
Have you ever met paparazzi?
There are so many jobs this could attest to.
You just turn it into an actual.
CEO.
My God, he's devolving. He's a human. Now he's a monkey. He's devolving anymore. Oh no, now he's a lawyer.
Mm.
The lowest of the low. Speaking of lawyers being low, Kim Kardashian is trying to be one.
Oh no.
Oh God.
Yup. Just like dear old daddy.
So, Saris, you sit down and you have a
Yeah.
nice little quiet time by the fire until
Mhm.
you hear the familiar voices pick up. Who'd you want to talk with first, love? We're both here.
Uh, no offense, Morgan, but I've got a few questions for Drac.
No worries. I'll be right here, love.
Okay.
Eventually, you see the shadows of the fire start to manipulate and twist and bend, almost like you're inside of a cave, even though you're out in the middle of the open. You see the shadows twist around, coming from the outside, and they slowly form a shape. You see the familiar black armor and red cape slowly fall down, and you see Vladimir Dracula sitting across the campfire from you.
Shh.
Well, I do like this better than you oozing out of me. This is nice.
It's a talent. It's getting a lot easier to shift in between forms now.
Well, that's good for you then.
What did you wish to talk about, Sirs Victoria?
She thinks about it for a minute, and how about we start at the beginning? I looked like dead straight into his eyes. Like, did you kill my parents?
There's a very long pause. Not by choice.
Go on.
When it seems like it's almost kind of hurting him to go on, but he continues. When our dog father gave
Who art in heaven.
Who art in hell, thank you.
when our dark father murdered his brother and received his supposed curse. At first, things were easy. The Dark Mother was kind. Our father was kind. And at first we had no qualms, no curse, nothing. Not even a desire, not even the unsatiable hunger that plagues kindred so much now. Something happened. I don't really know what happened. But one of my brothers or sisters crossed a line that should not have been crossed. our generations forever would be cursed by a never-ending thirst, a never-ending hunger, a monster inside them. They would forever burn under the sun and forever burn in the fires. And this went on for many years. And I found that even though I had started off not like this, I slowly started to become something controlled by hunger. I learned to control it, as many of my kind did. And then one day, I discovered that the world was so much more than my kin. It had more to it. And I happened upon beings that I thought I knew. But in the end, they were far different than anything I had ever seen. Mechanized monstrosities, beings of metal and gears and cloth. They controlled me, made me do things I didn't want to do. For when the hunger gets to a certain point, we truly do lose ourselves. As far as I know, they kept me in a box, rarely fed me, kept my mind strained with strange powers. They would throw people at my feet and record the results. Two of those people that they threw at my feet, last names ended with Victoria.
Wait. That was at my house.
He nods. I was in a box and they threw them at my feet. But I've seen your mind. I know your parents. They manipulated that scene. They felt it would be easier to push you toward the recruitment that they wanted you to so desperately to join if they gave you a tragic backstory, as they called it. It was sick. They were looking for children who were easily manipulated by troubled childhoods. Some of them they manipulated themselves. The man you call Crane was one such manipulator. He has been around a very long time. The God Machine itself will never be stopped. It will continue to grow. But Crane is just a man. If you see him in this final confrontation, I will not hesitate to end him. I am sorry, Victoria. I wish I could have done something, but your childhood, the end of your parents, everything was ended. Merely because, as an experiment.
Uh, she's just kind of sitting there, letting it all sink in. It's like, was any of that real?
Your
She
parents,
kinda, like,
your
looks back.
parents, your parents did raise you. They had no idea what was coming. That was all real. You did have a childhood. For however long it lasted.
So, just dumb luck. I happened to be manipulated, and that's how we got into this little shit mess.
Kind of shrugs. Sometimes it's just the way the cards are drawn. I thought I understood the beings that were above us, that made us what we are. I was wrong.
That pretty much answered, well, most of the ones I think you can answer. You're really just set on revenge right now, then?
He nods.
No, wait, one more question. What are the odds of them targeting me to get to you? Specifically.
I don't think they'll care much for an old one like me. Apparently, events that have happened in Gotham have driven a lot of them away. The final pieces are on the board. This will be an all or nothing game.
That's kind of refreshing. I was thinking it might be safer if you weren't in my body when shit started going down.
Is this really what you desire?
I don't know. I mean, I've hated you for so long. And apparently you've been in my head this whole time. I don't know what's the best move right now.
Only you can decide that.
They went through so much trouble. And she actually frowns for a second, like, how long has it been since I got transformed into this, I guess?
10 years.
Technology has a way of speeding up. Like, wonder if they made a newer model yet.
Perhaps. They'll find someone else to torment. You have good allies around you. Did you ever think that with your earlier life that you would ever be working alongside vampires or werewolves?
Not at the start. It's hard to think that way when 99% just try to kill you or kill someone for God knows a variety of reasons.
strength of unification.
Mm.
We kindred were once unified. We were strong. We were very strong. Things just broke apart. Always because someone, something, always wishes to ascend above what it is. And this is good. It provides motivation, perseverance for pushing forward, for both spirituality, mentality, physically. But in the end, it always turns into a game of stealing. Beings do not wish to ascend with their own means. They wish to ascend with the means of others. To ascend by putting another down. Not willing to take that step up themselves. That is where the true chaos of the world comes into play.
And we're gonna dive head into it.
Perhaps this will be the very last night that any of us, or the very last few days that any of us will really be alive.
I pull out the locket that Mishka gave me, just kind of like play with it for a little bit, then open it up.
You see a picture of your parents.
What the hell?
Not moving, not doing anything, just smiling back at you.
Like a normal picture, or this like Harry Potter type of deal?
No, it's just a normal picture.
Okay. What's awakened mean?
Awakened is a term that they would use for humans and beings that have ascended past what they call the sleeper point. When a person sees magic or witnesses something truly extraordinary past the realms of what the paradigm believes, they have awakened. They open their eyes.
They're a step above that?
He nods.
What's it called?
You may eventually be able to reach that. You may eventually be able to become one of the will workers yourself.
What happens then?
Only you decide what happens then.
I just slowly nod and close the locket. Like, this may be the human arrogance kicking in, but I don't think I'm gonna die anytime soon.
He smiles. He says, "Good attitude to have."
I'm not saying I feel invulnerable or anything, but I don't know, it's just... I just don't think I'm gonna go down anytime soon.
Is that your woman's intuition?
A little bit. I mean, she's been trying to rationalize this thing for a while. It's like, okay, phase 1 was her getting recruited, then turned. Phase 2, oh, now she's awakened. A lot of effort goes into this experiment.
jarring first experience.
Pretty much. I mean,
Anyways,
yeah.
forget my little adjacent thing.
You notice for the first time in a long time, the fire feels quite warm.
It feels what?
Warm.
Well, yes, fire. I like slowly like move my hands in front of it, like, just typical campfire things, like, ooh, fire, heat, nice.
It's a very primal thing being here. You and your allies are at the cradle of the world, where human life began. And you sitting here next to a fire out in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the pure wild. It's a very primal feeling.
I just kind of sit there and let my mind just kind of like process everything. Alrighty. Oh. I know I said the last thing was the last thing, but when I was in London, someone sent me a travel brochure to Gotham. There was a recording of your voice on it. It looks at it like you or someone else.
That was me. I had to find a way to get you to Gotham to hopefully awaken you so I could do something. Sick of being trapped.
Alright then. She starts counting off on her fingers like, see, Crane, Zara, the Murdoch family, perhaps? Right, I'm gonna be entertained for a while. Hey, a girl's gotta have.
I have no doubt. Julius, anything to add?
About?
Anything? Any declarations you wish to declare?
How how much have we hunted since we first got here?
Not a
For,
whole
like,
lot,
food and
but
shit.
you guys have had to do a little bit more of that just recently.
Okay.
Werewolves are kind of good hunters.
I was just curious if they brought any blood back, because using the iron.
Oh yeah, they brought a lot of fresh kills back.
Then how much iron would you say I collected over this time period?
5 pounds.
Shit.
You
That's a
gonna make
lot of dead
magnet?
animals.
Well, yeah, you got a lot of things to feed.
True. How many werewolves and kindred do we have?
Well, let's see. Werewolves, you have
Alistair
5.
and Ash.
Yeah, you have 5. In terms of kindred, you
Three
have 1, 2, 3,
Yes.
4. Yeah, in terms of kindred, you have like 4 or 5 as well.
And then we also have, what, 3 mages?
You have 5 mages.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is we've got a small army.
Yeah. You have this whole village has about 20 people. Maybe a little more. 25.
I'll be taking a little census with everybody, like, what are your abilities? What can you do? Because this is going to be a really bad fight. We need to have a plan.
Yep. Want to share some possible ideas with Miss Saris?
Well, I would like to get us more golems, so we have something to make up the numbers. But that would require me a lot more biological material to put into the stone to make more. Other than that, it would be nice to have a couple of hit and run groups that kind of harass throughout the city, because that will give the other groups a little bit more of a push area, or give them more room to work.
That's a good plan. Maybe, maybe Saris could be kind of like a sniper, just to make sure, at least for like a part of the plan.
Well, let's see, what vehicles do we have available?
You have 2 Learjets. But that can change.
It's Gotham. We can always steal something.
Well, it would be nice for you to be in a helicopter, so you could be a mobile sniper unit. I would think like having 1 or 2 of the mages with you in a helicopter, so they could teleport the entire helicopter. That way it would be more of a surprise.
Oh, in that case, that way, if they do manage to like mount a counterattack on the helicopter, someone could just make one of those gateways, and we could like poof away rather than me relying on Morgan and risk falling into a river again.
Hey.
Or something else, like teleporting the round back at whoever was trying to shoot you down.
It wasn't that bad,
There's
love.
multiple things mages can do.
That too.
They could even buff your weapon to do more damage and a little bit more destructive, so you could take out multiple units at once.
I have an anti-tank rifle. That's like overkill already, but okay. Yeah. Ooh.
We are going up against Godbrand, Kane, and the Prince of Gotham. So we're having a standing army of a country against
Yeah.
us right now.
Not the King Kane, just a guy named Kane.
Yeah. The name sounded important, so I included it in.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, what would be a really cool idea is if we outfit the golems with little sniper nests if we don't have a helicopter. And
They
then
are
have
pretty big.
each. Yes, they are. Them specifically to be siege golems. Since I figured we'd need at least something to break into a building. Other than that, I would like to put maybe some cannons or some heavy weaponry on them. Really figure out how to do it. Because I
Okay,
really...
bitches, what's happening?
It's happening. So, shall I tell you what I did with your gift?
I
What is this
suppose.
gift?
So, since he was all interrogated and stuff, I proceeded to read his mind to double check information from his point of view.
Mm-hmm.
Double confirmed everything was fine. So, since I was like, let's not waste this capture just by throwing him away after gaining his memory. Since I have biokinesis, I drained him of blood through his skin, split it apart into its various components. The werewolves and the vampires got their vitae, and I got the iron from the blood, which turned out to be about 1 pound of iron, to which I am changing into throwing knives that I will be able to control at will.
Okay, weirdo. Is he dead now?
Oh yeah. No, nothing could really survive that except a really old vampire.
Nice.
But other than that, I've made golems.
Yeah.
We have siege.
Regarding the plan for Gotham,
We were just talking about that.
yeah, Ash is planning to get a god to burn the vampires. I'm more thinking of making silver nitrate bombs for the werewolves.
That would be a better choice because it would be more reliable.
Yeah, they also did find out that there are pure that have allied themselves with Godbrand. Werewolf.
Oh.
Yeah, so anyway, would we have access to chemicals so we can have silver nitrate or make silver nitrate?
I'm sure
Yes.
Matthew could come up with it.
I mean, it's easy to make.
No.
The liquid is easier to make, at least. I don't know how to make the powder.
Ceres might, but she's very good making bombs. I still have my
What-
five
what-
grenades.
No,
Since
I was thinking more like like a very fragile glass vessel that contains either silver nitrate powder or liquid, so that when you throw it on the werewolf's face, it bursts, and the powder or the liquid can enter the mucous membranes and, at least debilitate them for a bit. Like if it goes in the eyes, in the nose, in the mouth, they can't avoid that.
um with
That's what I
my
mean by bombs.
knowledge of alchemy, would I be able to find out if we have necessary components for this spot?
Yes. Yes.
Mm. So essentially a Molotov cocktail, but the flaw with that is we have werewolves too, and if they're in the area, there's no way we could stop it from getting to them, depending on circumstances.
Well, that's why
Um,
you make it as a liquid form. Because it breaks, it still goes in one direction because of momentum.
Mm.
yeah, and liquid form is easier to make as well.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
We just need some nitric acid and your grandma's silver jewels. Pretty much.
I'm not touching that.
So how much silver and how much of
You're the chemist,
fuck.
man. Don't ask me.
I'm asking the DM.
I'm just the brains here.
I'll say that it'll take you guys about a little over a day or two to get that stuff.
Okay. Then anybody who can work on it works on that project because every little bit helps.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sure.
It was your idea. You have to help.
Well, as we all saw earlier in the earlier session today, Beth tried to go out of her boundaries and try to do some social stuff. She didn't succeed too well.
I didn't try to do social stuff, okay?
Yeah, you were trying to be social and do the manipulation and the lying.
I tried to avoid that,
and Beth
but
is
I failed.
and Beth is like, ah, god damn it, all I can do is punch shit.
And well, I have brains too. I just don't have the social capacity to demonstrate it.
Mm.
I mean, come on, you have to admit it was a good idea.
No, it was a very good idea. It was just hilarious as hell.
You're really smart.
Because your
You're
rolls,
really strong, but you're just not sociable.
your rolls,
Yeah.
your rolls just sucked. It was so bad.
I mean, yeah, like getting a 0 on fucking 13 dice, for example. That was, yeah.
Yeah, rolls 13 dice, gets no successes.
Oh.
Yeah. I even
know
got a
that
-1 on one. Yeah, I had to use 2 willpower just to pin the fucker down. I mean, come on. I almost fucking I sucker punched a werewolf and I couldn't fucking deal with a ghoul. I mean,
Yeah,
it's embarrassing.
Yeah, the guy who you drained tonight, Jared, he almost got away because she had to like constantly keep tackling him.
Well, now he won't be able to.
Bless
Yeah.
you.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
No, it was cute.
Okay.
I'll you know what? I'll quickly burn the body so there's no possible way he can come back.
You don't do it.
Burn,
you don't.
decapitate, remove the heart.
You don't do it right in front of the vampires. I take it because you don't want to.
No. I take him out back and
As if
Just
they
like, I'm
can't
burning
figure out
this
what's
body.
wrong.
pick him up, take him outside, set him on the ground, and light him on fire.
Okay, all of the vampires' frenzy. No, I'm just kidding.
I removed it from their presence.
It's too close. Too
Barely.
close. No.
Fire
Okay, so-
bad.
question: how do we deal with mages? Because what Ash proposed was outrageous.
Which was
Yeah.
Something about some paradox shit. She said that we should like make a CCTV and broadcast them on a satellite or something.
That
I
would,
don't know.
from what you know, Beth, from what your friends Jack and a few of the other mages have told you, so when you proposed that idea, they said, okay, yeah, that will work, but it will destroy all of Gotham and maybe a good portion of the eastern United States.
Yeah, and it's a masquerade violation, probably.
Like, oh yeah, it's
Or,
like
or,
it's
or what
it's
mages have afforded.
like depending upon how many paradox backlashes happens, that's the entire East Coast gone.
Hmm.
And I don't mean gone as in like rubble. I mean just
So-
gone.
last possible worst case scenario.
That is basically if like, okay, we are all going to die, let's go out with a bang. But even then, that's still taking the whole East Coast with you.
Is it preventing from the world from being destroyed?
Hey, that brings an interesting point. What about all the humans that are just walking around the city?
Well,
You know,
they're
normal ones.
they're probably not going to be involved with it unless they're under direct influence from the vampires. So,
So
Well,
we don't
since
have to
this
worry
is
about innocent
Gotham.
bystanders.
well, we
Yeah.
always got to worry about innocent bystanders. But in all honesty, I doubt that there's going to be much innocent people in our way.
Okay.
Gotham is a bed of corruption and scandal.
Yes, but not everyone deserves to be killed that way.
If anything, it's going to be like World War II. Yes, there's going to be innocent people being killed, but that's kind of what happens in war. It's not a
Mhm.
necessary sacrifice, it's just a sacrifice that happens because you can't control a stray bullet.
Unless you're Magneto.
Well, if
We don't have such people, do we?
kinda sorta?
Actually, no, we do.
Who?
Well,
Mages, dude. You got forces. If you got forces or fucking matter, you
get
can
me
do that shit.
Magneto then.
Well, then we make 5 groups, have 1 mage per group,
Mm-hmm.
creating the boundary of whatever ballistics go haywire. That way we minimize as many casualties as possible, but there's just no way we deal with them all. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is in Gotham. I even remember a few times there was reports on the radio of Killer Croc going on murder sprees.
Oh, what now?
Oh,
Killer Croc.
Killer Croc.
Oh,
He's
Jesus. Yeah.
yeah,
Mm,
he's gone on a few murder sprees.
Hence the name Killer.
mm,
Well, that
Officers within
was
the area of
kind of
150
because
Drab
he
Street are
blamed
Yeah,
someone else for his
Gotham.
transformation, wanted to kill that person. But eventually he just kind of went insane and got too into the persona. It really became Killer Croc.
Mm.
Because, you know, Psychosis and Gotham are all part of the same coin.
That's why we have Arkham.
Do you know how many people break out of there per month?
Well, they need to fix their security.
They tried. Then it got taken over by the Joker.
Oh
Then they
god,
tried
yeah,
to
I
make
read the
it.
graphic novel.
Then they tried to make a city.
Yeah. I
It's like,
feel
I'm
like they ripped
sorry.
that off from a movie.
Oh yeah, definitely. Alrighty. So, DM, we have talked.
All right then.
Hmm.
I will go ahead and let you guys declare any more actions you wish to, and then we will have to wait until next session, and I will start to declare everyone's actions. I'm going to give everyone a lot of time to think about what they're doing, and then once all the actions are sent to me in writing and declared, I'll start. And then I hope you guys are ready, because this is going to be one tough campaign.
Yep. Well, last thing Julius wants to do is figure out a way, with the help of the mages, to get some heavy weapons on the golems.
Oh wait, we forgot something.
Huh.
What if they have Fae?
Which they most likely do.
I do still have my grenades of the cold iron.
Be helpful. How many do you have?
5 in total, but only 2 have the cold iron in them.
I'm curious. Could the mages copy them and make more?
Yeah, you can make up to about 4.
Okay. Yeah, because one is a traditional explodey, the other is a sharpnel. The rest are smoke. It was a smoke screen.
Smoke screen for the hit and runs.
Yeah, flashbang.
Also for the hit and runs.
Yes, and the third one, oh, incinerary.
Those could be spread out depending on how much you have. Sorry, I'm trying to maximize effectiveness.
Which is why I made 5 1 of each, because, you know, going to place worse than hell, even if it doesn't kill you, it's gonna hurt like a motherfucker.
Exactly. So why not just have the mages duplicate every single one so we get the maximum amount of every. And
Alrighty.
after they're done with that, they help me with some like heavy weapons on the golems to help with the siege, because we're eventually going to have to break into wherever the prince is, which is going to be fortified.
Okay.
Other than that, it's really just prepare yourselves for the onslaught of dead bodies.
Hmm.
And so we shall resume later in the final chapters of Gotham
I don't want it to end.
Dynamite.